Okay, to begin, I'm going to start by painting one of the hearts with cool colors on the inside. I'm going to mix light green like this, and I'm going to add some dark green too. Okay, now that I'm finished coloring the inside of the first heart, I'm going to grab my second page and I'm going to color the other heart with a different cool color. So I'm going to color this one blue. You want the inside of your heart to be all cool colors, so that when we weave these together, we will still see a distinction between the cool colors and the warm colors of the background. So I'm coloring with light blue and dark blue on my second heart. Okay, now that you've finished coloring both hearts with cool colors, we'll switch out and start using warm colors. I'm going to color the background, the area outside of the heart, with warm colors. I'm going to use red and orange on this paper. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my first paper, and outside of this one, I'm going to do pink and yellow, both warm colors. Once we've finished painting and our papers are dry, we're ready to prepare them for weaving. The first page I'm going to fold here up to the top, line it up nice and straight, and then fold over just a little bit here, and that is going to become our stop line. Okay, so that means that when we begin to cut, we are going to stop at that creased line there. We do not want to cut past that. We're going to find the middle of the paper and kind of like the middle of the heart and take your scissors and start to cut, but stop at that stop line. Okay, now we have two halves of our paper. We're going to cut in the middle on the right side. Very carefully stop at the stop line. And in the middle of the left side. Very carefully stop at the stop line. Now I'm going to cut each of these in half. Very carefully stop. Cut again. Very carefully stop. All right. Nice and even, very careful, stop. And now it's going to look kind of like a grass skirt attached at the top. Stop. That paper is ready. Now I'm going to fold this one and cut it into strips, keeping them in order so that I will be ready to weave those strips into the first paper, the yellow and green paper. Okay, I've got these cut in nice, neat strips. Now I am ready to start lining these up with the picture on my first paper and start weaving them in. So this one fits perfectly at the bottom. I'm going to set it aside and wait to do that last. Now I'm going to line this one up, going under, over, and you switch off back and forth. Under, over, that is weaving. Okay, and I'm lining up my edges here to make sure that I get the heart edges lined up. Okay, and once you've got it in the right place, you're going to use a glue stick and glue the two ends of the strip of paper right in place. So I'm making sure it's all matched up and then glue at the end of the strip. Once you have that first one glued, then you're going to start the second one in the opposite way. So since I started the first one under, this time I'm going to go over that first strip, then under, then over, then under, and again, just line it up to make sure that I've got the heart in the right place. Okay, once you have the last strip through and we're out of room for adding more of the pieces in, you're going to be cutting that last little bit past the stop line so that we can place the last strip in. Really carefully, and now I'm going to lay in the last one. Okay, now in this last space, we're going to have to glue every single piece to make sure that it stays together. So I'm not only gluing the ends, I'm going to glue the yellow part of the paper also. Okay, now we'll do the same thing at the bottom of the paper to put in that very first one. So we'll cut just to finish that space and then weave in the last one. Okay, our final step, just to really make sure our heart shows up on this paper, we're going to use a black quick stick to add a little bit of a shadow line on the left here. So I'm using that over the heart, around the edge. And then I'm going to use a white quick stick on the parts where it's lighter to make kind of like a highlight. So I'll show you where. Right up here, we'll make a little highlight. And that just makes the heart kind of pop on the page. Very cool. And now we're finished.